So this next one is quite comical to me, and it's kind of surprising it's even a debate at all. All of the other ones I can get behind, like Drake May falling in the draft or Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams, right? Like those have an semblance of an argument. But the one that people are trying to ship post NFL Combine is Malik Nabers versus Marvin Harrison Jr., like as if there's a debate. Look, me personally, it's Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik, Roma Dunze, and then the rest of the class, right? Like Marvin Harrison is on a tier of his own. And by that, I mean he has the potential to be the greatest or a top 10 receiver of all time. Roma Dunze and Malik Nabers are not that. They're both very quality number ones, but Marvin Harrison Jr. has the potential to be in that rare air of all time receivers. He is, and I know, again, I'm not even an Ohio State fan, so for me to be saying this, I'm not an Ohio State fan. I'm an A&M fan. But my point is, he is the best receiver prospect since Calvin Johnson. We can all agree on that. And Calvin Johnson is a top 3, top 4 receiver of all time. I'm going to put their stats up on the screen right now. And bear in mind, Malik Nabers the year before, I believe, had 1,000 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns. The year before this, Marvin Harrison Jr.'s sophomore season, he had pretty much exactly these same stats. He had like maybe 1,150 or like 1,240. Like the point is, his yards were within 50, and he had 14 touchdowns as well. And I think he had 10 more catches, 77 more catches. So he's done this over 2 years, right? Last year with Kyle McCord, and the year before with CJ Stroud. So he's done it with 2 completely different quarterbacks, and CJ Stroud's a lot better than Kyle McCord. And so again, I understand that Malik Nabers had a better year in terms of receptions and yards, but he had the Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback, right? You got to take that into account versus Kyle McCord. So, take that into account, right? Malik Nabers is 6 foot, 200 pounds. And I tend to believe that the NFL definitely adds players like inches to players' heights, right? Like, do I believe Kyler Murray is 5'10" or 6 foot or whatever he's listed at? No, not at all. So is Malik Nabers maybe 5'11"? Sure. Does it matter? Not really. But my point is that Marvin Harrison Jr. is at least 6'3", 6'4". They have him at 6'4", 205. So he's at least 6'3", 6'4", 205, could get to 210, 215 in the NFL. That is a built all-time receiver, right? That is the prototypical what you want for a receiver. Not only can he make contested catches, he can go deep, he can run routes with precision. The dude can do literally everything. He's not just a one-trick pony, which is like he can do slant routes like Michael Thomas, right? A fellow Ohio State receiver. No shade on Michael Thomas. Malik Nabers, yeah, I'm not saying he can't do everything, but he's not at the level of Marvin Harrison Jr. So for people to think that there's a debate here and that Marvin Harrison Jr. should be selected after Malik Nabers is just blasphemy to me. This is one I don't understand that people are trying to talk about post-combine. So I'm going to leave it at that. But for the purpose of this debate, it's Marvin Harrison Jr. over Malik Nabers, no questions asked. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is our first episode that we're talking post NFL draft combine, my thoughts, kind of the big storyline, stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to post this as one long clip, like one long podcast, and then also as individual clips based on the topics that we talked about. So again, this is our first time doing this. I'm going to start a series talking all things sports on this channel, and I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms at Wet Coaster Sports, and remember, always have your drink by your side on a wet coaster when you're watching sports.